No. So, welcome to another video. We are in some sort of an alien planet. I can tell you, this is the farthest that I have swam in my entire life. So this is a new area for me. It's the first time I am stepping in my toes in the sand, and these rocks are just like an alien planet. Can you imagine how many years these rocks have been here? Look at this beauty. Haha. So yeah, we are like two beaches further. I'm always mixing those two. Farther. We are two beaches further. Like, by the way, this is something that I teach my students, so you can imagine how ironic it is that yeah, I know things that I don't use myself. So I swam today a bit more than some other times, and I arrived to this weird place with these rocks, and damn, that ain't right. It's so cool. I have the bag there. As you can see, it's blue. So the black one, I threw it away, and I bought a new bag that is kind of like resistant to the water. Like, you know, it's not waterproof, but it's better if it rains or something like that. So I'm gonna climb now here to show you that we're a bit far away from civilization, and I hope I don't step on anything. You can imagine how difficult it is to climb only with one hand, try not to lose the phone, try not to fall, try not to break anything, because, you know, it would be hard for people to find you here. So yeah, this is where we are. So this huge rock has some grass on top, as you can see. I'm not gonna climb there because it looks dangerous. So yeah, I'm crazy, but I try to keep it safe. And this is the beach that I showed you the other day. In the last video, I think, we were in this beach. It wasn't as sunny as today, so today you can see this beach in its full glory, and I was swimming all well, the usual swim. I started in my city. I reached the next beach. After that, I was walking for a while. Then I swam here, and then I was walking all this beach like and then I swam here, and it's been, you know, quite tiresome, but somehow not that tired actually, because you know, the water is very warm today, so but it's not that you know what, the warmer the water is, the more you can swim. So keep that in mind if you ever fall in the ocean or something like that. Keep in mind that, you know, like you're making your calculations based on your, in summer I can swim for an hour and a half with but you know, in winter it's going to be colder and it's going to be a bit worse. So I was also thinking about mixing these videos with, I don't know, like talking about different stuff. Like, as I mentioned in a couple of videos, I teach languages in different places and stuff. So I don't know, maybe it would be cool, like, to mix that stuff. Like, I take you to a faraway small beach that nobody ever reaches, and I tell you which languages are better to study. So yeah, well, yeah, that would be, I don't know if that would be interesting. That's me, that's my shadow. That was my finger. Hallo meine Kleine, du bist du, ha 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 ha. And surprisingly, there are footprints, like, you know, prints like from dogs, and I have no idea how they reach here, because, you know, they would have to come swimming. Let's see what is on the other side. Okay, I'll make a pause and climb to the other side. So this is what we have on the other side. As you can see, you could probably use some of this material to yeah, like, I mean, you could use this rubbish. Every time I see rubbish on a beach, I think like, you could probably use some of this stuff, like some of that net might not be entirely broken. Even if it is, it would be cool for sleeping or something. This place is just so amazing. Oh, and you have wood here, so it's interesting. Yes, yes, yes. Whoopa. Oh, and coming back to the topic, which languages should you study? Well, if you already know English, the best one to go on would be Spanish or French. Based on the number of countries that speak those two languages, it would be interesting, because you can go to a lot of African countries with French. People don't really realize that in Polynesia, in a lot of the Pacific, in French countries, like there are colonies or countries that belong to France, former colonies and stuff like that. All over Africa, all over the Pacific, you can always find, if you go to a paradise island, if you go to, I don't know, some island around Fiji or something like that, it's going to be either English or French. So if you want to travel a bit, I would recommend you to at least have a basic knowledge of French, because I don't know, it's a bit underwhelming when you see some travel channel and they go to some exotic island, but they have no idea how to communicate with the locals. And that's strange, because I remember twice, but once I was visiting Lithuania for like 3 days, and the week before I was downloading like a course with simple phrases like hi, hello, thank you, goodbye. So for me it's a bit underwhelming when people are just visiting some exotic place, or some place where they speak Spanish, and they go to Mexico to show you the country, or to Panama or something like that, and they are like gracia, gracia. It's like, Jesus, did you go to high school? Do you people have schools in America or in so, not only for Americans, but you know what I mean, sometimes you meet somebody from Switzerland and they are like, oh, I speak German and French and a bit of Italian and English, of course, and you start now I'm learning Spanish, and it's like you start counting and it's like, okay, so that's 5 languages already, and this guy who has a travel channel cannot even do basic French, and I don't know, it's a bit, really, it grinds my gears more than it should. It's like, hey, if you're interested in traveling, a bit of survival, a bit of and a bit of knowledge about the language of the place where you're going, that would be like my 1, 2, 3. It's like I need camping, camping stuff, camping gear. I need to know how to survive in a motorbike, in a ship, in a balloon, or wherever you're going. And after that, it's like my step 3 would be I would need to communicate a bit with the locals. Anyway, going back to the topic, this would be this is a personal opinion. You can remember that I have a PhD in the field, so I also have more postgraduates, if that thing impresses you. But it's in my opinion, I would go for English, Spanish, French, and after that you could choose. You can always choose, but after that I would pay attention to Russian. I know that after that you would say, oh, German. No. If you think about it, German is only spoken in Germany, in a part of Switzerland, and that's a different German, and in Austria. And it's like Germany and Austria, those are 2 countries, and the people there have good education and all that stuff, so they speak English. You can communicate in Austria with English, and they have a second residence in the Canary Islands or in the Ibiza or Mallorca or something like that, so they usually speak some Spanish. And you're not going to argue about philosophy with them in Spanish, but they can communicate more or less in English, in Spanish. And the point is that with Russian, you could go to a lot of places where people do not speak any English. So, in my opinion, that would be a bit better than just, German is of course. I was going to say that it's a beautiful language, but I don't want to lie to you. But Russian is not beautiful either. But it's a bit more useful because Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Chisinau in Moldova, Belarus, all those countries that with Russian you could go to many countries where people wouldn't really. They wouldn't really speak anything else. And you could go to exotic places that you couldn't access any other way. So Uzbekistan, for example. I don't think many locals can speak English at a normal level. So, I don't know. I don't really know. I have never been in Uzbekistan. But by the information that I have, I would say that's the case. So, in my opinion, after English, Spanish, French, Russian, and I was telling you that there could be a choice there between Russian and Arabic. If you like Arabic countries and that type of culture, many countries where it could be useful. The problem is that it has varieties. Russian doesn't have varieties. Of course, Ukrainian is a different language than Russian and all that. But I mean, if somebody speaks Russian, they will be understanding a Russian-speaking person from Ukraine or a Russian-speaking person from Moldova, or if you speak Russian, there will be one Russian to speak. So you cannot go wrong with that one. And with Arabic, as far as I know, there are different varieties, and they're not very similar. I was checking about Emirati Arabic, and it's much different from the one they speak in Egypt. So, keep that in mind. And after that, I would go for, after that, all the big languages are done. Like, oh, hey, Rick, you're forgetting about Chinese. How could you? It's like, no, I didn't forget about Chinese. I never recommend anyone to learn Chinese, first of all, because it's very difficult. It has 4 tones and, all that stuff. But besides that, imagine if they deny your visa to China. That's it. You cannot go anywhere else. You cannot do anything else. If they deny your visa to China, your chances of speaking Chinese would only be in some parts of Malaysia, if you are lucky, and in Taiwan. That's it. Game over. So when people say, oh, 1,000 million, 1 billion speakers, it's like, yeah. But all of them in one country. So if they deny your visa, if for whatever reason your visa gets rejected or something like that, you will have to hunt down Chinese speakers, which is something that doesn't happen with French or with Spanish, because everywhere, in lots of countries, even if they never allowed you to enter in Guatemala, you could still go to Mexico, Honduras, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Peru. You could go to many different places, and that's something to consider when you're learning a language. But besides that, if you're looking for an Asian language, I would say that to have just a basic knowledge, Korean or Japanese are the best, but perhaps Japanese has more speakers, and it's a bit better because Korean, if you think about it, it's like half a peninsula, because I don't think you want to establish in North Korea or anything like that. And that's the thing, that a lot of people, I love the show, so I'm gonna learn Korean. It's like, whoa, have you thought about it? It's just one country. So if you want an Asian language spoken only in one country, Japan has like 3 times more speakers than Korean. And Hindi is something like, some phrases of Hindi, if you're planning to go to India, would be actually quite interesting. But, if you go around the world with English, Spanish, French, and Russian, I think you're covered. I think that if somebody doesn't speak those languages, or, to have a few sentences in Arabic or in the local language or whatever, having some sentences in the local language is always good, just to congratulate yourself. Congratulate. Are those 2 words real? Damn. And by the way, some of my students watch some of my videos sometimes. So yeah, I should probably pause these things, look them up, and then yes, congratulate yourself. Yeah, yes. So yeah, I would say that besides the local language, those 4 are my top choices. And I think that's the video for today, because yeah, I should be coming back. I should be swimming back. I don't want to be stranded here with a helicopter. And I don't even know if they would look for me, because yeah, would anyone notice if like, for example, if I disappeared here, like nobody actually, like, you know, they saw a guy swimming, but they wouldn't even, damn, that's scary. Yeah, I better swim back. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you liked this nice exotic beach that nobody has seen. Think about all the travelers that come to Spain. Nobody has been in this place. Only you have seen this place. Even I myself, living in this province for so long, I had never been in this particular place. So for me it's like, yeah, I'm discovering you a world of new emotions. Look at it, I tell you. So yeah, just that's it. Like, you know, random beaches and advice on learning languages.